All right, hello everybody. My name is Lofter. Welcome back to Slay the Princess. I wanted to. Okay, so after yesterday's playthrough, I kind of watched the VOD a little bit, not the VOD, but the recording a little bit to kind of see what I could come up with, to see what the objective is going to be. And what I'm looking at so far, I'm just going to read you the notes that I put down. Narrators in our head, but not one of us. The reasoning for that is that they can't see in the mirror, that they can't see the mirror, and they kind of disappear when we go into the void. My assumption is the final goal seems to be to collect all the shards of ourself, or maybe the princess. We've discovered the broken, the hero, and the cold. The game says the love story, and I wrote that off as a joke initially, but it might actually be the case. If we are the same as the entity or the princess, the end goal might actually be to pair up with them. So if I treat the game as a love story, I may unlock more shards. I don't think the princess is human, but some sort of Cthulhian horror entity, and when the princess escapes the cabin, she merges with the entity and may or may not end the world, whatever that even means anymore. I'm unsure if the collected shards that I've gotten so far are saved, like if the game knows that I've gotten the cold and the broken, or if I have to get them all in one run. So we'll have to see about that. I'm also unsure how many shards there are. The game is a 4-hour playtime, and since the game is voice acted, that should be almost non-negotiable. Most playthroughs should be the same length, so about 4 hours. So yeah, we're just gonna
You're on a path
keep pushing.
in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to sleep.
Okay, so so let's just keep going, I guess. I mean, at this point,
You make your way up the short path.
the last thing I want to do is go into the cabin without the knife. I guess that's where I want to start, because that might start the
interior
romance
of the blade.
option. So right now we're gonna see an immediate divergence.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated.
We've
by
already read
voice
this.
Soft.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice
It's
you
already
only have to
different.
hear once to remember it for the rest of your
So
life.
just by not taking the knife, she's not as
Don't
standoffish
let it
as she
fool you.
was.
It's all part of the manipulation.
So
You're
that's
playing
interesting.
a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Let's see here. I'm here to let's just continue
Good.
down the stairs.
You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around
So she
her
seems
wrist,
she seems different now.
binding
Like I
her
said,
to
she's
the
not
far
anywhere near
wall
as
of the
sassy.
basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay focused. There's
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk a bit. Actually, you know what? Let's just see what we can do. Let's just let her go.
only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
Maybe.
You're doing the right thing.
Also maybe.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
I do not.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She
Ooh.
offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Yeah, true.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Oh, really?
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of
Your
here.
shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess.
The narrator's
You
definitely in
won't leave
control
until
for
the
a lot of
task
it.
is done.
Try the
You
door.
try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
Yeah,
heard the
well,
door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
You trap me in a void for all eternity if I go along with your plan, sir, so...
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Probably not, but I'm saving her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade
This is
against the ragged,
brittle. This is
wound on
also,
her
yeah, I
chest,
see. I was
just
talking about
above
this
the
before, but we're not
unyielding
human.
chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
No pain.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
All right.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the
You gonna play your hand, Mr. Narrator?
As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward.
You can't do this.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Warn her.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
He's got full control over me somehow. Resist.
The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
Yeah.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
Writing myself
Sorry. I'll
out
try
of
to
this
be quick.
corner.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone.
You can't prove that.
Whatever.
Literally.
She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
You could stop this apparently to some
I'm
extent.
sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
Yeah, she really cares.
It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you
Unless
made
her
your
face
choice.
goes crazy here in a
It's over.
second, this is almost a different personality.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2, The Damsel.
You're on a path. You're here to slay.
Oh, you bastard! You're in it. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We just met for the first time. He
Yeah.
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it...
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time,
Voice
did
of
he?
the smitten.
If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
So we're on the...
Beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess.
Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling
Four?
any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Let's
What
do
can
it.
I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
All right. Let's assume I'm telling the... Let's go. We're going to the cabin.
Warning. Before you go any further, she will lie.
Don't
We
care.
already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Yep. He is
I
the
do.
smitten.
But I also speak
I
from
do.
the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't
Yep.
pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Shut up, narrator. Is there going to be a mirror again?
The interior of the
Yep.
cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded. The blade is your implement.
So let's look at the mirror again.
Walk up to the wall next to the bait. What are you talking about? Is it
And then it
reach
disappears.
forward and rub your hand against? But there was a mirror.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
Of course not. All right. Well, we're not taking the blade. Let's go into the basement. See what happens here. Will she be more elegant
Door
and
to the
princessy?
basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
soft voice can...
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
Agreed.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charm. You walk down
Yeah,
the
she's
stairs and
much
lock
more
eyes
elegant
with
now.
The princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Surely.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
I can hear it from here.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that?
She's
said
missing a
we're
hand.
Dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Okay, technically yes, but
because he made us try and kill her, it was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
absolutely.
You've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
An entire world has been doomed to oblivion. And he hoped he'd be the first. So all the narrators are different narrators.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is.
Absolutely, voice of the smitten.
Now, hold
Or
on.
smitten.
If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her.
Well, clearly worlds are infinite,
We never
so...
saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
So I've been pondering, the thing that it says at the beginning about most of all, this is a love story. I feel like I've heard that before in another movie or a game or something. You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
That's not an... But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
A confession of what? I have no feelings one way or the other about the world ending.
At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a nihilist.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, doesn't it?
The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Oh yeah, she doesn't know we're talking to
Me
ourselves.
too. I don't care.
She wasn't confused for long.
If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dearest has not an ounce of cruelty within her. All is well.
Smitten,
It is
you're
high
actually
time
not
we
helping.
rescued our beloved.
All right. Do I have to cut you out again? Oh, I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
Another version of me was pushed to such drastic action. It was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
Yeah, I agree, Hero.
That's because she's perfect.
I don't agree with you,
You
Smitten.
think she has someone like him telling her what to do?
No, she actually does not.
Doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Fair, same. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out
Well,
with no harm done.
There's not a hand there.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
He's right.
You're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Rescue.
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try to kill her? Okay, I skipped
Not
that
on my
somehow.
watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
He would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't
Isn't
believe
she
it.
missing an arm?
Guess I have to.
Because, like, when she died, well...
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
Yeah, she's got her hand back. So, when we killed her in the other timeline, she remained a skeleton on the floor and became a ghost. But in this one...
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Yup.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
Okay, so is it gonna get crazy or weird here in a
What do
minute?
we do now?
We leave, and then we have a whole lot to figure out what to do next. Oh, what do you want to
Let
do?
me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Really?
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection.
Okay.
And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want, there must be something
I
you
just
want.
want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy. It makes sense to me. That's all I want for hers.
I don't like where the music went. Okay. Should I probe? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later.
Sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with... We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it.
True.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Yes.
You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I
Yup.
do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the
Cheating-ass
unfairnesses
narrator.
of the world are no match for the strength of true love. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
He's right.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you will ever know. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Yep, same. I think we can open it together.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech. And the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
Get
I
wrecked!
told you our love was insurmountable. You and the princess make your way upstairs and...
Uh-oh.
Blade, that's right. There's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
You're not doing
You're
that.
enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
I'm not fond of you either, narrator. You're kind of a dick. You won't tell us anything.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Unless she stabs me with a knife. Nope.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside. Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Here comes the void.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Smitten, chill. And there's the hands. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a... Why is it here? Why now?
It's going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
but it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We trust you. She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do? What does it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
Interesting. When all this is done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
When I go back, if there's this an invisible wall closes around me, why can't I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value...
So those worlds ended for me and the narrator, but maybe they're still there? What do you want me to bring you next time? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
I can sternly say, at least with humanity, that is not ever going to be a thing.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them.
That's,
My
yep.
joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Okay. I didn't mean to have a display capture on there. Okay. Do you have any thoughts on the vessel?
This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
So you don't have any preference on how you would like to change or grow? I don't want to hurt you, but the more times I go back, the worse I fear things will be.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side.
So I
would
delivered
in your absence.
the smitten and the cold.
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond.
Okay.
My water, you will have your rest in due time. And I am sorry for the burdens I place on
All right. I'm ready to go back.
you. I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die. And we're back.
You're on a path in the woods. You're
Silently continue to the cabin.
you make your
Proceed.
the interior of the blade is your
So I guess I need to take the broken to her again.
you take the blade.
Enter.
The door to the base of
Who's
she sound. Don't let it.
Continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. You walk.
So to get the
downstairs,
broken-
you focus on the task.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Why would you think that?
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
probably.
Blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Don't you dare.
So the
It's
hero, this is a
fine.
different
We
hero
can decide
too.
what we want to do after.
Drop it.
Thank you.
Now we can
We'll be
talk.
fine. Don't know what you're.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Do you know why I'm here to kill
Do
you?
you?
No.
You're lying.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me.
How will I get you out of here?
Can't.
I'm guessing you don't. Well,
Her sharp. She isn't. She is.
Okay, we talked enough.
oh, have you decided?
You know what.
I'm going to keep you locked away here and figure it out.
That seems like leaving her alive is too.
One way or another, I'm going. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret.
Yep.
You have to make a
So
choice.
the choice, even the very choices I made before I ever see her, like, reflects into her personality, which makes me think we're linked somehow.
It's a chance we'll have to take.
You're making a mistake.
We did all this in the last episode, by the
Turn
way.
your back to
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out,
slip these chains. She can't. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn her.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her
Death
down.
of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay. We can make this work. You settle in against the far wall. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling.
Maybe
out
it
to
did
you from the
already
other
lock
side of
in the
door.
cold.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds.
I guess the broken is
Much
already
less like
locked
the
in.
princess you saw, and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forget it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
I really don't.
Doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker.
She's a blank slate until we open the door.
It doesn't.
You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster.
I could be innocent and harmless if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely does inspire me to play nice.
That's
Put the
fair.
princess's threats out of your mind as best you can, and you jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar.
Uh-oh.
Its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Wait,
Try
how
and
did I help
stumble
you
to your
out?
feet, But as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
But you can change the
so
facts.
helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
I wish you wouldn't.
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
How? What is she?
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gill. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
Nope.
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 2. The Nightmare.
You're on a path. You're here.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin.
She will lie.
I don't think lying and cheating.
Oh,
is
what
a
voice
thing.
do I have
She
this
was
time?
Very direct with us last time, or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
Voice of the paranoid. Guess we'll check the mirror.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner. The blade is your implement. Hold on. What happened to the door?
It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done.
Okay.
So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
It seems like committing to the path. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there.
What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
There's definitely a mirror.
There isn't. We have to look at it.
Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
I want to see how handsome I am. Why would you lie about there not being a mirror there when it's clearly right there? What's the point?
Exactly. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do?
Approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall. It's really...
Wipe the mirror clean, and it's
Reach
gone.
forward and rub. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Well, so the
You
thing
reach
that I've
down,
learned,
pick the blade up off the floor.
or at least kind of, is
be
that
difficult
you just
to
want to
slay the princess
continue on
and
the
save
path
the
you've already
world without a
committed to, at
weapon.
least for now.
Good. Steel can't lie to us.
Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb?
The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death.
Yeah. Enter it. Let's go.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended in darkness.
More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
You
Her
always
cool
say
and
that.
playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
I like fun.
She must have you confused with someone else. You really don't remember, do you?
But
It doesn't
you
matter,
don't
we need a
either,
game plan.
hero.
We know we can't just go down there unprepared.
How hard is it to throw a knife?
It can't be that hard, but then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place.
Yeah, she a
it'll
little
be
spooky.
enough.
I'm gonna talk to
Didn't
her.
you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
True story.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
And
As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
which way do we go?
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
I see the eyes, but there's eyes
Are
everywhere.
you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement.
Yes.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Left.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are.
Oh.
I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly... This is it.
And you brought your little knife with you again. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart. Lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
So she shut down my nervous system and he's making it manually work?
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. Your weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
Why? What happened after you killed me last
I
time?
tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then, well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can live without you, and dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
Okay. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Oh, she's not doing it on purpose. It's just her nature. If you need me alive, then why did you threaten me? Why didn't you try being nice?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And
Fair.
you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
And we don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can be friends even. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to try to kill you, so do your worst. Okay, let's get out of here.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
Oh, that noise. Make it stop. All right. Let's get out of here.
What? No!
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving. And do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster? Shit! Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Go ahead.
Yep.
I'll be right behind you.
I don't trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
Yup. Let's go.
Place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the basement. You can feel the
We're
static
delivering the paranoid.
princess on your neck, your limbs buzzing with pins and needles, an uncomfortable.
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement.
Do you really think that's going to stop her?
There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him.
Correct.
I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. This is so frustrating. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy ending, the fate of the world is a little more important, and you still have a weapon. You can still make this right.
Try the door. I think the door's locked.
You haven't even tried it. It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Try the door.
Pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
Yeah, well, you're not in full control.
You'd have us think, are you?
Exactly.
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her? I don't know. Secret reasons?
The door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Yep.
The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Lungs. Liver. Okay, thanks. I got it. Heart.
Interesting.
Lungs. You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best. Yes, it's very hard to stay focused on running things when other people are talking to you, isn't it?
What are you doing?
It's complicated. Don't worry about it.
Heart. Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy.
Absolutely.
So you'd have them trust her? Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but ourselves, but I guess that leaves us back where we started, doesn't it? I
Yes.
suppose if I had to make a choice, I'd pick the one that doesn't make our organs shut down.
Thank you for your gracious show of support.
But that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the... Alright, I'm done. You can let me take over again.
Finally, that was awful. I really don't know how you do it.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now, and I have to say my patience is running a little thin. So don't make a lady wait any longer, okay? Open the door!
You know what? Let's play both sides here, if it lets us.
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to
Why
the ground.
is it so cold?
Okay, so yeah, it's taking her. You did not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave.
Where, and there's that mirror again. Why is it here?
Dump off of our personalities into the mirror, I guess. Silent as you reach forward. They're gone again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's inside it. You've withered. Let's go talk to the entity.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again.
Yeah, love, that's ADHD. Sorry, I gave you ADHD.
All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes. I am everything that you have known me to be, but I am also none of it.
Oh, right. It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make it worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. If anything, it makes me more like you more. I don't know what that says about me. I have no opinion one way or the other. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me and I hate it. I think I hate you. No, not really. It just seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
All right. Have you figured out what you want when we're finished? Do you still not care? How many more vessels do I need to bring you? Let's just do it.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Everything goes dark and you die.
You're on a path.
Okay, so I'm gonna save in slot 3. And then I'm gonna load slot 2, because I want to see what happens if we go the other way.
Your will concentrates into a single fine point, and you strike out against the princess, ignoring the constant reminders of your breaking body. She doesn't even move as the blade sinks into her heart.
We did it. We actually did
I
it.
don't think we did it.
You actually went for it! Oh, you're going to regret this! I could be so much more terrible for you than I am now!
Can she? We've already seen how she can change. In her final moments, the princess lunges forward, tackling you, and you both plunge into the endless abyss of her basement labyrinth. As you fall, you rip your blade from her chest, tightly clutching it in your hands.
Have fun falling forever. I'll see you when you finally decide to die.
She tears herself away from you. You are alone. And you are falling.
Okay.
Oh. I can stop now.
So this actually confirms anytime I don't help her leave the cabin,
I can. Are we really
the
gonna fall
reset
forever?
is much
Can't you
less
rate us some stairs out?
wholesome.
But she was the one who controlled this place, wasn't she? Now she's dead. I don't like to think it means you're falling. Forever. No. Oh, no. Oh no, I hate this. You continue to fall. Forever's gonna end. Eventually, right? No, it won't. That's the whole point of forever. It doesn't end. You continue to fall, and you will only continue to fall. I feel sick. It doesn't have to be forever. What do you mean? We still have a way out, clutched in our hand. Are you suggesting we kill ourselves? Won't we be dead? That's a terrible idea. You've already saved the entire world from ruin. Why would you want to die? Because right now, you don't want us to do that. You're right. I don't. But if we've already saved the world, then why does it matter if we die? Why do you care?
Because he knows we shift.
I just do. I value life. Every life. Even yours. Especially yours. Why? What do you mean, why? I think it's perfectly reasonable to value life.
You're not
Exactly.
telling us
I don't have to
something.
answer that.
It's not like it matters if I die, I'll just come back again.
Again? That's unfortunate. You were only supposed to be here once. I don't like the way you said that. You knew this was a possibility, didn't you? Of course I did. Though I'd rather hoped I was the first one. That explains a lot, though. Oh, you bastard. How much are you not telling us? Plenty. But it's all in your best interest. And the world's. And mine. She's dead and we're falling forever. How could telling us your secrets possibly hurt anyone? It just can. Look, this world is saved, but if you start over, for all you know, you're just putting another world in danger. You barely managed to land the killing blow here. What if you don't manage it next time? I've already said too much, really. You won't get another word out of me on the subject.
Am I not a creature of biology? Won't I starve or die of dehydration before forever happens?
That's a grim thought, innit? But I suppose you're right. You are a creature of biology. Something will happen to you before forever comes along. You don't have to starve to death falling through an infinite void.
Are you stuck here with us, or are you capable of going to other
I'm
places?
stuck here with you. I wish I weren't. Feelings mutual. At least we're all being honest.
Can you tell me your secret now? How about now? Is it secret time?
Still no.
I'm going to wear you down eventually. You might as well spill those sweet, sweet secrets now. Then we'll have something else to talk about.
You're not going to wear me down. Oh, we should ask him one more time. He's on the cusp of sharing his secrets. I can feel it. I'm not. Either way, at least needling him is something to do.
Secret?
The narrator ignores you. You can't just describe yourself ignoring us. You can.
He did.
The
Secret?
narrator can...
Oh, wow, it's gone. Wait.
More time passes.
Wait.
More time passes.
Wait some more!
More time passes.
Just looking for new dialogue options.
More time. More...
Drop the blade.
No, what are you doing? Loosen your grip. The blade tumbles through your open finger. You mean other than starving? Right, I mean other than that.
Wait.
You wait. Then you wait for a little while longer. But eventually the thirst sets in.
can't really hear him very well.
The only things you know for certain are that it's long and that it hurts. We really shouldn't have tossed the blade.
Yeah, this was sucky. That wasn't the best thing to do, unfortunately.
You really shouldn't have. But biology and time are immutable forces. And eventually, long before forever gets the chance to come, everything goes dark. And you die. Don't muck it up next time. The princess may be slain here, but she isn't slain there.
Chapter 3, The Wraith. Oh, we made it to
You're
a
on
chapter
path
3.
in the wood. Shit. This really doesn't end, does it? It doesn't matter if we kill her, it doesn't matter if she kills us, it just goes on and on and on. We've tried doing it our way, and we've tried doing it his way. I think the only way left is hers. Are you suggesting we let her out? And why shouldn't we? It's obvious she's the one with the real power here. We might as well ingratiate ourselves to our terrifying new overlord.
The voice of the opportunist.
Okay, so you've already been here. More than once, even. Then let me remind you how catastrophic it would be if you helped her leave in any
Do I still have the paranoid? Hero, opportunist. They're all 3 here.
See, it's that last part I'm not so sure about. We've ended twice now. We even ended her once, but it didn't matter, because it still threw us right back into these woods. This place feels a bit different though, doesn't it? I don't even know what I'd call it, but it's definitely not the same path in the woods anymore. That's all the more reason to take this seriously. If the path isn't the same, it means that her influence is spreading. The world has already started to end. Her influence? I really should have said that. It'll make your task more difficult. But now it's out, you could always take that information as a sign of goodwill between us and do your job, alright? Well then, if the world's rushing to an end, that's all the more reason for us to rush over to the cabin and make ourselves useful. It's all about making a good impression. If we're useful, there's a place for us.
Except for she remembers that we killed her. Are you the same narrator that we met on the other loops? You were quick to accept that we've been here before.
Suspiciously quick. If I had to make a wager, I'd say yes and no. What does that mean? I haven't met you, but you've clearly met me. It sounds to me like you're hopping between parallel realities, in which case the me you just met here is the same collection of experiences as the me you met at all of those other beginnings, but their continuity breaks the moment you say or do anything, in effect making them all separate.
Oh, that's kind of what I said.
So, yes, I'm the same me, but ever since the moment we started talking, I'm different. All the more reason to side with her, really. It takes a bullshit artist to recognize a bullshit artist, and I'm one of the best.
I like this path better.
So trust me when I say, he's full of it. They've clearly all been through some harrowing experiences. Don't let their baggage influence your decisions. You have the ability to see things clearly. I suggest you use it.
We've killed her and been killed by her, and neither of those things have gone well for us. If we're going to follow through this loop forever, eventually we're going to let her out. We might as well do it now. What happens if we don't go to the cabin? That's another option.
And she finds a way out on her own. So it sounds to me like she's getting out no matter what we do. And I say, aligning ourselves with somebody like her is clearly the better option. She's going places. Let's make our way to the cabin and demonstrate our value. No, it's strictly worse. And why is that? Because it's cowardly, for starters.
Yeah.
And because the unknown is always worse than the known. But really,
No?
all you're doing right now is weighing two considerably bad options.
Yes.
The only solution worth considering is slaying her, and whatever delusion is holding you back from doing that is just that, a delusion. If you already managed to end her in some other world, the only reason you'd be here is that you somehow managed to do it wrong.
We've been alright, we've been following through the
You're
loop
making
forever.
a dizzying amount of assumptions. Your perceived reality looping twice before does not mean it will continue to do so forever. Those little voices have already drawn attention to the fact that even the path is different. The world itself is at a tipping point. Know that there is always a choice. Even if you were stuck in an infinite loop, there's no reason to assume that the mere nature of the infinite would force you to make any specific choice. You do have free will, as much as things would be easier if you didn't. And you can just keep making the correct choice forever, never deviating. Do you see how little authority he has? He's practically just begging us at this point. She at least takes what she wants. She's inspirational, really. Everyone is manipulating us, but we're starting to see the threads now. We just have to avoid getting tangled up in them.
Okay. All right. Interesting. So this is the path we're on now. We'll put it in save 1. I wonder. Because that makes me wonder if I miss shards on the other paths. Maybe I could still follow them down and get more shards? Is that the objective? I don't know. Even I'm being manipulated in real life. I feel like I know what I'm supposed to be doing, but maybe I don't. Okay. Well, we'll pick this up in the next episode, so thanks everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps out our channel a bunch. And tell me what you think of this game. I don't usually ask that question because I'm just kind of playing games to play games, but I'm fascinated by this meta narrative. It reminds me of a much darker Undertale, kind of, which I know is weird, and I compare several things to Undertale, but these sort of meta narratives always kind of loop back to either Undertale or Doki Doki Literature Club. But yeah, and of course watch more videos. That'll help out the channel more than anything, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces, dummies.